Thanks for tuning into Stocks with Antonio. What a day. The market pulled back. June 9th is when I'm making this video after the market closed, and you'll be seeing it June 10th, Wednesday. Now, some things to keep an eye out for. CPI is coming out, right? That's good. Depending on how that comes out, that could affect the market in either direction. We have the SpaceX IPO that everyone's talking about, making videos. There's a lot of excitement about that. That's coming out this week, I believe, on Friday. And this month, also, we're going to hear the new Fed chair talk and kind of see his view when it comes to the economy, what they're thinking when it comes to rates. Are we going to get a rate cut? Are they going to increase it? We're going to get more insight on the new Fed chair and his views, right? So it's an important month. A lot's happening. And that's also going to make the stock market, I think, go up and down, up and down. So when it comes to short-term trading, depending on your skill level, if you're someone more that like a newer person into the market, you might want to be cautious because you can have a green day tomorrow, the next day have a sell-off, right? We have a lot going on, and we have the war with Iran, and you never know what's going to come out of that. So the stock market right now is just a lot of ups and downs. But if since we've been going up for weeks, right? We were going to have some red days, so this shouldn't be any surprise. We went up for like 10 weeks. A pullback's going to come. If you've been following the channel, if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe, because if you see my recent videos, I talked about how if you were up in some of your short positions, you may want to consider taking some profit, have that money on the sidelines for new opportunity that the market may be giving you. Right now, you got some great opportunities, in my opinion, for your long-term portfolios. You got some great assets on discount. One that I've been talking about, Meta. Meta, I think, is an opportunity. Now, some of you may be thinking, what is he talking about? It's been going down. Yes, the share price has been dropping. There's been news that there may be, uh, they're thinking about maybe diluting the shares to raise capital, right, to continue to invest in AI. And investors don't like that. People usually don't like the word dilution because the share price will go down if they put more shares into the market. And if that happens, obviously Meta is going to go lower. It's good to be aware of that, right? So you're not caught with your pants down. Hey, they may dilute shares. They may bring more shares out to the public to raise money for AI. Guess what that it means to me? An opportunity to get more Meta. Now, it's up to you what you do with your portfolio, right? I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just sharing with you my opinion. But the people that you know, it could be your parents, it could be an older brother, an older sister, it could be someone older than you. Think about this circle of people that you're close to that could have bought Meta maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago, but didn't. Same thing with Google, same thing with Microsoft, same thing with Amazon, right? These amazing companies. There's a lot of people that you know that could have bought these companies before they became so big, and their life would be different today, right? So a lot of people are so concerned, so scared to invest in the market, but they don't even think twice when they're spending their money to have a good time. Now, I'm not saying not to have a good time. You got to enjoy your life. We don't know if we're going to be around tomorrow. So have your fun. But also, don't be so scared, in my opinion, to try to build some wealth so you can change your future if you're around. Because a lot of us may not be doing what we want to do every day because you might work a 9 to 5. And not saying that you don't like your 9 to 5, but it may not be what you would choose to do if you had the option, right? So, what are you doing today to change your future? Meaning, what are you doing to build wealth so hopefully down the road, as the years pass by, if you're still around, you can have choices of what to do with your time, not be forced to go work a 9 to 5 if that's your case, not be forced to run your business or whatever it may be. So it's not a bad idea in my eyes. Hey, let me start building a portfolio. Let me start investing in good ETFs, good mutual funds, and good assets that may change my life 10 years from now. And that all starts now, investing now, doing research. Now, I get it. Some people are like, oh, well, it's scary. Everyone's always going to be negative. Everyone's always going to tell you don't invest, but they're never giving you the answers of what to do. They're not telling you what you can do to change your life. They're just being negative. So don't listen to the negative people. Get around people that are positive, They're actually thinking of ideas that could change your tomorrow. And if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I talk about positivity. I talk about taking money, investing into the market, and trying to grow your portfolio. Now, I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell, but I can share with you what I'm doing. And I'm buying Meta because I believe even if Meta pulls back, it's going to be worth a lot more down the road. I believe AI is the future. And what a lot of these companies are doing, they're investing in the future. Look at some of these companies and look at the individuals that are investing in them. For example, another company that I like is Microsoft. Microsoft right now, it's at attractive PE. And you got not just one, but a few billionaires investing heavily into Microsoft not too long ago in this year, 2026. Now, guess what these billionaires do? They all know each other. They know the individuals that run these companies. They know stuff that you and I don't know. You think they're going to take millions and billions of their money and put it into something if they didn't know something? These companies are investing into the future, and these individuals that are billionaires and really well off, they're investing because they're looking into the future. A lot of us retail investors, we're not thinking about the future. We're thinking about the today. We're thinking if we see one red candle, we see one red day, we see one pullback, one negative news article, we think the world's over. When a lot of times it's just creating opportunities for those that could think a little bit and see a little bit further down the road. I'm not trying to be mean when I say think. I'm just saying they can see the future. They can, instead of just focus on what they see today, they can sit back and say, okay, maybe these companies are investing heavily in the future, but guess what? They're all pretty much investing heavily in AI. Why are they all doing that? Right? Because they know that this is the future. Because they're the company, these companies run the world, right? And they're gonna make it the future. It's, in my opinion, it's gonna pay off. So I want to be investing in Microsoft when it's pulling back. I want to be investing in Meta when it's pulling back. Because when it takes off, I don't want to be the person buying it when it's already taken off, right? I want to be the one that bought it early and reaps the benefit when I see my portfolio growing because I took the risk and bought earlier into companies that I believe were smart investments. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm buying Meta and I'm buying what I can. Sometimes I can do a full share, sometimes it's partial share. But guess what? You can buy partial shares now and work your way to getting to that one share, getting to two shares, getting to three shares, and so on. So I'm working on increasing my position size on Meta. I just started a position in Microsoft. If you've been following me, yes, I have said I would take some profit short term on Meta, and I still will do that because I do think there's a possibility that in July, when they have their earnings, that before their earnings come out, the stock may run up. Now, I've been increasing my position size, so I would sell some off in profit, right? Get some money in my pocket now, but I'm still going to keep the majority of my position in Meta because it is a long-term play. So I'm always focusing on growing my long-term positions because that's going to be my true wealth building right there. But when I can, I do trim and take a little bit of profits because I got to reward myself right now. But when I see opportunities down the road, I'll continue to add shares to my long-term portfolio in companies that I believe are going to go higher. So Meta is a long-term. I'm going to continue to focus on growing my position size. If I see an opportunity to sell some of those positions in the short term, I will, but I am going to hold also in the long term because I do both. I do short term and I do long term. And I like to say that a lot of time because some people just focus on short term, right? And then you're not building a portfolio. No, you want to focus on both. You want to focus on your long term and on your short term. But I don't ever think there's anything wrong getting some money in the short term because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. But if we are around tomorrow, guess what? I want to have my portfolio built out to be able to have choices when the future comes. So hopefully that is something that you're doing. Now, if you're like, hey, those stocks are great. Microsoft, Meta, but I don't like their share price. Is there one that you like with a lower share price? SoFi. SoFi is another company that I believe has a possibility of going a lot higher when it comes to their stock price. They've had nothing but great earnings for a long time. The company's been growing. It's been doing what you want a company to do, and eventually the share prices will follow if they continue to do so. So that's one to have on your radar. You can pick up shares right now under $20. Okay, under $20 to what was it trading at today? It was trading around $16. Everyone watching this video could probably buy some shares at $16. And that's one that it wouldn't hurt you to do some research. That may be a company that you may start a position in, work on increasing your shares, and 10 years from now, be really happy that you did. Now, again, I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell, but I'm just sharing with you some companies that I like. Right now, I really like Meta. I like Microsoft. That's why I should start a position in Microsoft. And SoFi, I think, is still an opportunity. I know some of you might have bought it and been are bag holding. But even if you were bag holding because you bought it when it was higher, I still think it will come back up to those prices. There's no guarantees. But for those of you that bought it at a lower price, because I bought SoFi in 2025 around $13 a share, I think it's a great stock to continue to build up your shares because I believe in the long term, you're going to be glad that you did. Now, those were just my opinions. I want to go a little bit over on what's going on with the market. Keep an eye on that CPI report. Let's see how when it comes to SpaceX, you may be wondering, hey, am I gonna buy it? I know there's a lot of excitement in SpaceX. I know SpaceX will make a lot of money, but I'm not gonna be one of the first investors because what's gonna happen is a lot of times, and I can't guarantee this is gonna happen, but in my opinion, what I've seen with IPOs, especially ones that are really hyped up, a lot of excitement, they come out and they just rock it. If you can get in there early, you're probably going to make profit short term. But if you hold too long, the investors that bought in earlier, they're going to dump it, cash out, and the share price is going to come down. And then you end up bag holding. And depending how high it goes up, you could end up bag holding for a very long time. So when it comes to SpaceX, I'm going to let the hype die down and then I'm gonna get into it. I do want to own SpaceX in my portfolio, but not right when it IPOs, not right now with all this hype. I want to see how it acts when it's being publicly traded, what happens to the share price, and I'm gonna wait for a pullback. And when it pulls back into a level that I feel it's an attractive level, then I'll start my position in SpaceX. So I gave you a little bit of a view on that as well. Let me know what you're playing with SpaceX. What are you thinking about this market? I'm still bullish. I'm not bearish, but just know that pullbacks do happen in the market, especially after we had a run up for so many weeks. It's just bound to happen. So if you are investing in the market and you see it run up for days, just know, hey, is there some short positions that have that may want to take some profit because we're probably going to get a pullback. I like to throw that out there because I know some investors that are watching this have been investors for a long time, but some individuals that are watching this are newer investors. So there's just some things to keep in mind. If you haven't done so, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the description box. I got a link in there for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.